Well, folks, it's mid-June, and as good as his word, we are back here with Adam Lozman at the property in which he is a steward. Thank you, Adam. Welcome. The native wild strawberries that we saw early spring are loaded with berries.
Technique before picking it by the clump. Of course, I picked over the spot already.
Adam is harvesting some of the strawberries. The berries are extremely abundant, and they are extremely tasty. So, Adam, how much fertilizer do you have to put on this patch of wild strawberries?
A whole lot of none.
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 Well, how often do you water it?
When it rains.
So you don't water?
Yeah.
You don't fertilize?
Nope.
How much pesticide do you have to put on these?
None.
Well, how can you have fruit just letting it grow? I mean...
By letting it grow.
And you can't argue with the taste. These are some of the best strawberries I have ever eaten. Cheers.
That was sweeter than the rest.
Yeah, they are sweet. They're not that tart at all, are they? Oh, man.
No, like that one was definitely sweeter than almost every other one.
Oh. This is going to be 10 minutes of us eating strawberries, I think. Unbelievable. Versus buying them in the store or like sitting out here in the countryside in a field of tall grass and wildflowers with butterflies and dragonflies. No pesticides, no chemicals, no fertilizer. Just what Mother Nature provided and what Adam had the foresight to leave and not mow. While this property is under his stewardship, Adam does not mow on a regular basis. He just allows nature to grow and do what nature does. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Well done. Delicious. It's unbelievable. There are so many strawberries here, you could just sit and eat your fill. These are wild strawberries, and they taste as good as they look.
They're getting a little past now. Some of these are getting a little mushy.
Yep.
But back about a week ago, a few days ago, this slope was red with berries.
This slope was red with berries. So with the abundance of berries that we have, and there are just dozens, there are dozens and dozens per square foot at our fingertips, just clumps of beautiful strawberries. The hill was red, folks. I wish I'd been here for that, but I'm here for this, and it's wonderful. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at the perfection. Look at this. Just look at it. Look at that. Oh, my God. Just, watch this.
Now, maybe you'd be able to tell me something about it.
Sure.
I heard there was a virus that goes after non-native strawberries.
Commercially grown strawberries are susceptible to gray mold, leaf spot, leaf scorch, crown rot, root rot, wilt, and powdery mildew. 20 or so species of insects also consume commercially grown strawberries. As such, strawberry production has one of the highest pesticide uses of any commercial crop. Strawberry farmers set up tents along the strawberry rows, under which they pump a chemical pesticide called methyl bromide. Methyl bromide kills every type of life that it touches. Methyl bromide kills everything. In more benign terms, methyl bromide sterilizes the soil. Methyl bromide is banned by most countries for most applications and has been for 15 years. Here in the United States of America, however, we consume over 65,700,000 pounds of methyl bromide applied as fumigant to our strawberry crops. Even strawberries labeled as organic can be treated by pesticides before they're planted in the ground. It seems so counterproductive, so counterintuitive, so counter-living organism to grow anything else but native strawberries here in the Northeast. Yeah, the field of battle. Another one. Strawberry pie.
Strawberry wine.
Strawberry wine. Oh, man. Do they get a little sweeter when they get a little squishier?
They seem to be. Speaking of home brewing, I think that one was starting to ferment.
Was it really?
Yeah, it had that kind of...
I had a friend who went to a college that had an old apple orchard, and he was observing the cows eating the fallen apples, and he would notice that the cows started stumbling around, And he finally went out and figured out that the apples were fermenting and the cows were getting drunk. So my friend would go out and eat fermented apples and get drunk with cows. True story. As much as we hated to pull ourselves away from the hillside ripe with native strawberries, other plants on Adam's property beckoned us with their seductive allure. A dazzling display of non-native hawkweed and native blue-eyed grass. Ah, look at all that blue-eyed grass. Just beautiful. This is native clematis, virgin bower. It'll be covered in white flowers in a couple of weeks. This little kid right here is hot clover, Trifolium agrarium. It is a European introduction, probably escaped from someone's flower garden ages ago. This is one of the Joe Pye weeds, an excellent late summer bloomer that pollinators love. This is the common milkweed, Asclepias syrica, that we saw when we last visited. Rudbeckia, black-eye Susan's about to open. A rather uncommon or not oft talked about pond-side denizen. This is called maleberry. Royal fern. Venus looking glass, thriving in a sunny, hot, sterile sand. I'm stumped on this one, folks. None of my field guides contain this flower. Thalricthrum, also known as Meadow Rue, will be blooming shortly. There's now a beaver dam in the cold-water trout stream that we looked at early this spring. The dam is causing the water to back up and flood onto parts of Adam's property that don't normally retain water. Here we have blue-eyed grass growing in the riparian floodplain caused by the beaver. Blue-eyed grass is a member of the iris family and therefore can tolerate its root system being submerged for short periods of time. Beautiful. Leaves of deciduous plants will color prematurely if they are under stress. In this particular case, the aronia started on fairly dry upland soil, and due to the beaver dam, the root system is now inundated, causing flood stress. Just feet away from the wetland on Adam's property is a dry, sandy upland that has a completely different palette of plants. Wintergreen growing out in the full, hot, blazing sun in what is essentially sterile sand. Amazing. Growing just above the wintergreen is Aromatic Aster. The genus Aster has been changed to Symphyotrichum. Common Speedwell. I am going to attempt to capture the beauty on the side of this hill. We have a variety of plants, native and non-grasses and flowers. It is just alive and humming with pollinators of various sorts, dragonflies, damselflies. We have the white and yellow fleabane daisy. We have the purple clover. There is the pink dianthus in the back, sometimes called wake robin. Upon the ground we have blackberry, strawberry, speedwell, barren strawberry, an amazing collection of plants.
These are the native grapes growing on a speckled alder tree alongside the brook. You can eat the leaves. It will produce many clusters of grapes that I use for home brewing. Great little vine.
These are the pollinated clusters of grape flowers. You can see already bunches of grapes beginning to form. Adam has allowed the grapes to grow on top of the alders so that he can literally get underneath and harvest the grapes in the summertime when they are ready. In spite of the fact that the dianthus are introduced from Europe, one cannot deny the beauty that they add to an otherwise harsh and often unforgiving landscape, such as dry sand. Mountain laurel, Kalmia latifolia, is a fairly common plant in Massachusetts. This particular variety has white flowers. Some bloom pink or dark pink. Adam works diligently pulling exotic buckthorn from his property. It is probably the most pervasive, invasive exotic shrub that he has here.
This is really going to be 10 minutes of us just eating, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Going on speckled. Wow, I can't talk.
Varieties that have crap.
These are the native grape leaves. They're
So that looks like the Asian squat you're doing there. I understand not everybody can do that.
Actually forming the words that gets to be the issue.
That can't be that hard.
Get it, don't worry.
Yeah, I can't get it. Can't get it.
I feel like that should be a bumper sticker. Get drunk with cows.
Dang.
Every time on the camera.
Thank you. Oh. And that's all she wrote on the battery. Okay.